long, piecing together the evidence and trying to put together a timeline, trying to put together a little bit of information that will help us understand. India's ambassador to the United States has sent a special representative here to Oak Creek to help console the victims and to gather information, no doubt, to disseminate back to India. Many of the Sikhs here, of course, have come from Punjab, that is an area in northwestern India. And also, the high priests from the temples in Menasha and Brookfield came here to provide comfort and prayer to the members of this community. Our Jeremy Ross is joining us now. Jeremy, you've been here all afternoon gathering information. You're going to give the viewers a little better sense of how this all happened.
Exactly, Brad. And for 12 hours now, approximately, police have been on scene, law enforcement jurisdictions from local to county to national. The FBI now heading up this investigation, ATF all part of that as well. And in that 12 hours, of course, family members watching, wondering and waiting if their loved one was part of this shooting. The grief just beginning to settle in here in Oak Creek and across the nation. Heavily armed officers gather outside the scene of a multiple shooting that took place inside and outside of Oak Creek's Sikh Temple of Wisconsin. Law enforcement received multiple 911 calls around 10:25 Sunday morning. Police say a 20-year veteran of the Oak Creek Police Department exchanged fire with the shooter. The officer was struck multiple times and the gunman later died from another officer's fire. Flight for Life took to the air and family members gathered on the ground, desperately trying to contact loved ones who could be inside.
I called on his phone. That somebody else answered the phone that he got shot.
Somebody just called me from inside. My kids are inside.
Some were contacted by panicked relatives inside the temple, hiding in a pantry or closet, warning worshippers about the violence.
Yeah, they called us. They called us not to come into Gurdwara, not to come to church.
At least 10 were shot, 7 were killed, including the shooter. As dozens watch and wait and hope their loved ones can make it through this terrible scene.
He's crying, you know, he's in a lot of pain, but I don't know where he got shot, but he got shot.
And several people waiting at nearby hospitals, wondering about the conditions. We'll have more on that coming up a little bit later in the newscast. Now, law enforcement was basically, during the news conference, heralded for their response earlier today, and the mayor as well as the police chief saying that if it weren't for the quick response of local law enforcement here, we could have had many more casualties.
Indeed, that is true. Thank you very much, Jeremy. We have heard reports throughout the day that 2 of the fatalities were priests here at the temple. That has not been confirmed by Oak Creek Police, but it has been reiterated by multiple high sources in the Sikh community. I spoke with the high priest of Menasha. He came down here. In fact, he canceled or stopped his services this morning when he was told in the middle of his services what had happened. He came down here. He told me that he spoke with the high priest here at the Oak Creek Temple. The high priest is okay, but he did confirm that 2 of the fatalities were priests. The emotional reaction to this extends far beyond the Sikh community. Our Henry Rossoff is here with more on that. Henry?
Yes, absolutely. But we were just approached by this gentleman, and I'll ask you to repeat your name and tell me what you have to say. Your brother was among the deceased, as I understand it, sir.
I'm elder brother of Stwan Singh Kaleka.